They say betrayal doesn't come from your enemies. No, it's from the ones you trust. The ones who know your vulnerabilities, your deepest weaknesses. I remember that night as if it was yesterday. The scent of lavender and champagne flooded my senses the moment I opened the door. It wasn't just fragrance. It was a mask, a delicate perfume covering something far more sinister, like the sweet scent of decay beneath flowers. A beauty pretending to be something it wasn't. The lights were on, and laughter echoed through the halls, but there was something hollow about it, like the sound of mockery, the echo of people who had never known the weight of consequence. The living room was a mess, heels scattered across the floor, glasses stained with lipstick, jackets carelessly thrown onto the furniture. Her friends were sprawled all over the place, perched like vultures on my furniture, laughing with the shrill pitch of people who had no concept of shame. And in the middle of it all, there she was, my wife, the woman who used to save that radiant smile for me, the one who'd greet me with affection, who once called me her king. Now that same smile was stretched across her face, hollow and fake. One of her friends, grinning like a wolf, called out, "Welcome back, Your Highness." I stood there, rooted to the spot, unable to find my voice, when she walked over, holding a glass of something pink, something poisonous. She didn't even look at me the way she once did. No warmth, no tenderness. "We moved your stuff to the garage," she said casually, as though I were a stranger, a nuisance. "You can sleep there tonight. We're celebrating." No flinch, no hesitation. Like I was nothing more than a servant to her whims, or worse, a ghost lingering in his own house. I didn't argue. I didn't ask why. I didn't challenge her. Instead, I picked up the overnight bag I had already packed 2 days ago, and I left. People think betrayal comes in a single heart-shattering moment, but that's a lie. It's slow. It creeps in, builds in the shadows of your mind. A missed call, a locked phone, the sudden need to shower after returning home late. The signs were always there, small cracks forming in the facade. Her promotion had been a surprise. Her celebration, even more so. But the real shock had come weeks earlier, when I discovered that the camera I'd installed for home security had been unplugged. Not once, but twice. So I moved it quietly, rewiring it into the light fixture. No one ever looks up. She never knew I had footage of everything. Not just that night, but the weeks leading up to it. I had watched the footage. I had watched it all unfold. The way she laughed about me with her friends while I worked late. How they mocked the man who paid the mortgage. "You should divorce him and take the house," one of them had said. "Nah," she replied, swirling her glass of wine. "Let him stay long enough to pay off the renovations. Then I'll throw him out, like the dog he is." They all laughed, the kind of laughter that doesn't fade, that stays with you long after the sound has dissipated. 2 weeks passed. I lived in silence in the apartment above my firm's garage, just me and the footage. My lawyer, Harris, called it a gold mine. Asset concealment, conspiracy, character defamation, emotional abuse. But I didn't want a quiet divorce. I didn't want to just walk away. I wanted clarity. I wanted justice. And so, I planned to reveal everything that night, the night of her formal promotion gala. A little gathering in our backyard, the place where I had landscaped by hand, the same place we had buried our dog beneath the cherry tree. It was all so poetic. I sent the letter 2 hours before the event started, signed and stamped from my lawyer. Then came the video. I watched it unfold from a distance, standing in the shadow of my own home, watching her play the role of the powerful, confident woman. She wore red, her favorite shade, the color she chose when she wanted to appear strong. Her guests mingled, her parents beamed with pride, and her friends were already on their 3rd bottle of wine. But when the projector hummed to life and the screen lit up on the side of the house, they all thought it was a tribute video. Music played, a montage of her office headshot and cheap inspirational quotes. Then the audio started. "Everything you're about to see," I said calmly, my voice cutting through the air, "was filmed inside this home. My home." None of the participants were aware they were being recorded, but perhaps that's fitting, given how little awareness they showed. Then the footage began to play. Her voice filled the yard, laughing about me, calling me a dog. Her friends spitting on our wedding photo, mocking me, mocking us. "I should be grateful she kept me around," I heard her say. The line about throwing me out once I finished paying for her renovations rang in the air. And I saw their faces. Eyes widening, mouths dropping. One of her coworkers dropped his drink. Her boss frowned. Her mother walked out. And she stood frozen, a glass of wine shaking in her hand. There was a single word whispered into the silence after the video ended. No. She tried to call me that night 15 times. I didn't answer. The next morning, the legal notice hit her inbox. Divorce proceedings have been initiated on grounds of emotional cruelty, defamation, and malicious intent. I had the bank statements, the video evidence, and a prenup she had long forgotten existed. She would lose everything, her house, her car, her reputation. She tried to fight back, claiming it was all just venting. But the court doesn't sympathize with people who smile while plotting to ruin someone. The real blow came when her job terminated her. The HR department reviewed the video, and her company, concerned with their values, let her go. Her friends scattered like dust in the wind. Not one of them came to court. Not one of them answered her calls. I didn't even attend the final hearing. I didn't need to. The next morning, I received the email from Harris. It's all finalized. The house is yours. No alimony. No contest. I drove back a week later. The cherry tree had bloomed early that year. A strange thing. How something can die and still bloom again. Inside the house, everything was silent. I walked into my bedroom again, and set my bag down. Then I laughed, but it wasn't loud. It wasn't maniacal. It was a quiet exhale, like a weight finally lifting off my chest. It wasn't joy. It was justice.